Welcome back to this final episode. Before we begin, I want to apologize for the late release of this video. For several days I've been suffering from a rather severe case of laryngitis. At least as of today, it's now possible for people to understand what I'm saying. Additionally, I want to state that the decision has been made to release the FreeCAD file, which has been the subject of this series. Details regarding this will be at the end of this video. During this series, I hope you gained a much deeper insight as to the power of parametric CAD. Finally, for the maker community, we have a way to automate away many of the things we formerly had to do over and over again. That said, FreeCAD filleting is the one process that can lead to some really surprising results. Sadly, some of these results are not necessarily good. So with our guard up and armed with cautious attention to detail, let's get started. To simplify, we'll begin by hiding our box top. Next, we'll double-click on body 001. As a test to see if FreeCAD is ready to accept fillets, we'll choose one corner and try to fillet it. If successful, we'll see the fillet menu appear in the combo view. Upon seeing this menu, click Cancel. We're now ready to begin filleting the outside of the box. To make our job easier, we'll zoom in on our box as far as practical. Though I haven't shown this before, we're going to change the drawing style from the standard as-is style to wireframe. We'll do this by clicking the drop-down menu next to the Draw Style icon on the toolbar and selecting Wireframe. Zooming in on one corner of our box bottom, we'll begin by holding down the Control plus Shift keys while clicking on the wires we want to fillet. To move to the next corner, we must first release the Control plus Shift keys, then press our mouse center key to move to the next corner. Again, we'll continue to select our lines by holding the Control plus Shift keys while selecting the lines with the mouse. We'll now repeat and time compress this process for the remaining two corners of the box bottom. Next, we'll select the fillet tool to see what happens. Indeed, our fillet menu has come up in the combo box, signaling that we're ready to select a fillet radius. Unless there is some mechanical constraint, radius is usually a matter of personal artistic preference. For this case, I'll set fillet radius equal to the wall thickness. We'll now switch to our view and go back to the as is state to see what happened. Since what we've done is pleasing, to my eye at least, we'll click the OK button in the combo view and proceed to doing almost the same thing with our box top. While we wait for this to complete, I do want to take time to thank all of my channel's new subscribers. I really do appreciate all the likes I've received, but subscribing is the thing that moves me forward toward YouTube funding. Also, it's important after subscribing to hit the notification bell as well. If you don't, you won't be notified when the next part of this series is released. So if you haven't already, please take time to hit that subscribe and notification. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. It's now time to hide our box bottom and make visible our box top. Again, we'll switch to wireframe and begin the fillet process. As I said before, this is almost identical to the box bottom, except that we will be making one additional internal fillet on the inside box lip. We'll now repeat exactly what we did here, but to save time, we'll time compress this and return when all the wires have been selected. We're now at the point where we'll select the fillet tool and adjust the fillet radius equal to the wall thickness. Again, we'll click the OK button and return to the As Is view. As you can see, there was one important reason for what the internal fillet did. It was necessary to ensure uniform wall thickness for the lip of the box top. Next, we'll hide the top and make visible the bottom for round 2 of our filleting. This time it will be for the internal fillets of our bosses. Before we do, I again want to bring up the comment I made regarding the surprising results you can experience with fillets. The inside filleting layer in your model tree seems to be the most prone to doing strange things when you change the dimensions in your box model. If you find this to be true, delete the layer, reselect the lines you want to fillet, but this time in a different order, and again perform the filleting. Again, we'll double-click Body 001 and switch to the wire frame view. We'll also click one of the wires and try to fillet it to see if the fillet tool is active. We'll now begin the internal filleting process. Regarding unexpected results, there is also a less aggressive option to the brute force deletion of the fillet entry in your model tree. First, you should probably try to rescale the height and width several times. By doing this, FreeCAD has a tendency to sort things out internally and stabilize to the expected results. Once this is done, the file should remain stable thereafter. As another alternative, you can also save and reload the file. That has also proven at solving this problem. And again, once FreeCAD sorts all of this out internally, thereafter the file should produce the expected results. Lastly, we'll set the fillet radius to be 90% of the enclosure boss radius. Let me ask why at 90%? Well, it seems in this instance, FreeCAD does not like to fillet at 100%. We'll now click the OK button and switch back to the As Is view. The only thing left to do is the exact same thing to the box top. To save time, we'll time compress this part as well. Well, there you have it, the finished enclosure project. For those of you who have been asking if this is the end of the parametric model series, the answer is no. Next will be the parametric modeling of compound gears, as well as other gear configurations. If you're into robotics or other forms of mechanical automation, I suggest you'll find this series very interesting. For those of you who have been asking if the file from this tutorial will be released, the answer is yes. I have previously stated it's my desire that you should follow this tutorial and try to create your own parametric model. In light of this, I will deliberately delay its release for between 2 to 3 weeks. When the file is released, I will make the announcement on the linuxcnc.org forum. As they say in web development, the breadcrumb path to find this is linuxcnc.org forum CAD-CAM parametric enclosure with FreeCAD, as the file will either be made available for download there or an announcement as to exactly where you can find it for download. On the practical side of this, 2 or 3 week delay also allows me time to set up the necessary accounts I'll need for download elsewhere. Well, this ends this parametric tutorial. If you're into robotics or mechanical control, the next series should be of great interest. In the meantime, do have fun creating your own parametric models.